Kanchan also writes in, who's 28, says, when investing, is it best to remain invested in only one or two fund houses, or should I diversify further? Now, this is an interesting question as well from Kanchan, because, Santosh, we talk about not having too many funds, but here the question is about fund houses. Does it matter that you are with just one or two fund houses?
It's a good question, and Tamana, I think it matters. I'll tell you why. Because though the strategy of the scheme may vary, and we always suggest not to do too many schemes, because diversification should not become diversifying your portfolio, which is you make your portfolio worse. But I think being prudent in how you select the mutual fund company also has got a bearing on your portfolio, because most of the mutual fund houses have a style of operation. In fact, whether you can call it a bias or a factor a methodology they use, or even from a valuation perspective that they use, it does make a difference to add that extra one or two fund houses into the portfolio, even if the category of investment is the same. Let's assume you take the vanilla multi-cap or a flexi-cap strategy. Within the vanilla or a flexi-cap strategy, you'll notice that all schemes are not the same. Their exposure to large and mid-cap, their exposure to growth versus value, their exposure to certain sectors differ. So therefore, when you choose maybe two or three, or maybe even you could go up to four fund houses, you get the best of the strategies that the fund house themselves employ at a macro level.
Okay, let's quickly take more queries before we can move ahead. Next one is from Rityunjay, who's 45, says, are applications such as apps basically such as Groww, INDMoney and Upstox reliable for long-term mutual fund investors? I have an account with ICICI Direct. Which app or medium should I use? I found this a very interesting and practical question as well, Santosh, because is there any real difference? Sometimes a lot of apps which are not directly related to a bank or a financial institution by itself get a lot of flack online. Is there a difference? Should anyone look at what that app is or what the method is?
Well, to begin with, I think the regulatory process for all these apps are quite good and stringent, and we have to be happy about it, that whether you're bank sponsored or a financial institution sponsored, or some of these new age tech apps which are actually private equity sponsored, now all of them are under the same regulation, under the same regulator, and they are well monitored and controlled. So therefore, I think we should not worry about whether one is trustworthy compared to another. The most important question is, do you like their interface? Is it comfortable for you? Is this what you want? And does it help you manage your investments, whether long-term or short-term, well? Now, for the people who have a bank-sponsored or a bank-funded account, sometimes they say it's because of the convenience of the banking activity that they are sticking with a bank-sponsored company. Now, for the other guys, they are just happy with the interface. Maybe they're happy with the app. Primarily, I don't think there's a worry about who should deal with or who should not deal with, because I think they're all well regulated. End of the day, it's your choice. Now, you also may do better for yourself by, being a little more safer over there by choosing one against another where you feel that, the organization is well capitalized, the team and the processes are good and well documented. I think it boils down to the management and the processes that these companies follow. If the processes and the management is good and they're well capitalized, I think you should not have a worry about which brand you're dealing with.
Okay.